This is Juby from SVC. Welcome, friends. Today we're here with Dr. Dana Kang, Board-Certified Dermatologist, and she's going to talk to us about acne myths today. Welcome, Dr. Kang.
Hi, Juby.
Hi, welcome. So these are things like questions that I've always actually wondered as well. So I'm glad we're doing this. So the first one is greasy foods. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people think, well, if you eat greasy foods, and I know my mom told me when I was a teenager, stop eating greasy foods like French fries, onion rings, because then you'll get pimples, acne. Is that true?
So no. So for most people, I don't give any recommendations about food, including greasy foods. But I will say, because a lot of parents will ask me with their, teenage daughter or son, doesn't greasy foods make acne worse? And, I can't lie to them. So I say that no, greasy foods don't seem to have any effect on acne, but for other health reasons, of course, it's best to avoid them. People also ask about dairy and chocolate. So all of those things, I tell people there are no studies to back up that those foods specifically cause acne. But I have found in certain people that they are very sure that every time they eat junk food or every time they eat chocolate, that their acne flares up. So if you're one of those people, then of course avoid those certain foods. But if in general you can't find a specific trigger, then eat what you want, but be healthy, eat balanced diets for other health reasons, but for acne itself, it doesn't seem to make a difference.
Could it be that maybe they're touching the greasy food and then touching their face?
It could be, yes, exactly. So just oily things in general will clog up the pores. So definitely, if you're touching greasy foods and then touching your skin, that can clog up the pores, that can make your skin just oilier in general, which can contribute to acne. So sure, that could be a factor.
What about, I remember my mom always said, do not pop your pimples. Do not pop it because you'll get scars. And maybe I'm lucky and maybe I have good genes. I don't know. But I don't remember getting a lot of scarring from it. So is it true? Is it not necessary?
There is more truth to this. So in general, opening up a pus-filled pimple does help to clear it up faster. So we recommend doing facials, pricking open those little pus-filled bumps, gently squeezing out the pus. It does help them to heal faster. The problem is that when people do it at home, who knows how they're opening up these pimples? A lot of people just take their dirty hands and squeeze as hard as they can. And certain acne, you can't squeeze out pus. It's just a lot of inflammation in the skin. And then the more they're touching it, it aggravates it more. So the more inflammation you have, that can increase scarring of the skin. Or if your hands are filled with bacteria and you're not, doing it properly, doing it cleanly, you can introduce bacteria to that open wound and then cause an infection, which again, then causes more inflammation and then causes more scarring. So in general, just to be safe, I don't recommend people at home to open up their pimples. Now, if their parent is an esthetician or, just knows how to properly open them, I think that's fine. But just to be on the safe side, I usually recommend go to a facialist about once a month to help clear out all those pus-filled bumps or clogged pores, so that she can safely and cleanly open them up. So there is some truth to this.
Okay. Yeah, I did a lot of because when the whitehead comes up, you're just like, I gotta.
So tempting. It's so tempting. Yes, I understand the feeling, but I'll discourage it.
Okay. All right. Well, so I never personally had issues with like acne on my back, but I know a lot of boys, like my brother did. And he always, he totally believed, like, if I go swimming and I lay out, it's gonna go away. And he really believed it. And I think at one point, like, maybe it worked. Like, I remember he would always be like, I'm gonna just go tan and then it'll go away. And he did that because he thought it worked.
Again, there is actually some truth to this. So sunlight is anti-inflammatory. So we will use certain rays from the sunlight spectrum. For example, there is a certain wavelength of the sun that's been proven over and over again to help with inflammatory conditions like psoriasis. So we'll have them treat with a light box with a certain wavelength of light. So it is true that that sunlight is anti-inflammatory, and acne is an inflammatory condition. So if you're out in the sun, it can help some people to help calm down the inflammation of their acne. But again, sort of like with popping the pimples, I think, if we just say sunlight is good for you, people can go out in the sun without sunscreen, lay out for long periods of time, and then get sunburned. And of course, we all know that that increases your risk of skin cancer. So in general, I won't recommend using sunlight as a way to calm down inflammation of acne because of the risks of skin cancer, burning, causing sun damage to the skin. But there is some truth to this again.
So my last myth for you today, Dr. Kang, is teenagers. So I know as an adult, I had adult onset acne, like right here in this area, in my, I want to say 30s, my early 30s. So I know a lot of people they think that acne is a teenage issue.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Yes, so exactly. So this is a myth. During the teenage years, I'd say that's a larger incident of starting your acne. So some people can start as early as when they're 8, 9, 10 years old. And during the teenage years, your hormones are kicking in and your oil glands are getting bigger. So it definitely sets the stage for acne. And a lot of people do get acne during those teenage years, but it is not unusual to have acne for the first time in your 20s or even into your 30s. Usually it'll be early to mid 30s. And as you were describing with acne on the lower part of your face, a lot of women get this in their adult years. And it seems like there's a larger hormonal component when you have that type of acne. So definitely, I have a lot of adult people come in just so confused because they're getting acne for the first time in their adult years. And it's not unusual, unfortunately. Although we also have to keep in mind that there's another skin condition called rosacea, where some people will call it adult acne because it starts in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. So usually when people have what looks like acne in the older years, then it's probably more rosacea, although you can get acne in those later years also. But generally in your teens, 20s, and 30s, most people have acne if they have pink bumps, pus-filled bumps, and whatnot on the face.
You think that part of your life would be over.
I know. It's like now you're an adult, you feel like that's the one thing you can leave behind. But unfortunately for some people, you do get acne then. But the good thing is there's a lot of good medications and some medicines even geared towards adult acne. So there is good treatments at least.
Oh, well, there you have it, Dr. Kang, and all the myths of acne you've always wondered. Thank you so much, Dr. Kang.
Of course, my pleasure.
If you'd like to see Dr. Kang, she is in our Glendale South office. Tell us the address and the information.
Okay, so the address is 1577 East Chevy Chase. It's in Suite 320 in Glendale. We're across the street from Glendale Adventist Hospital, and the phone number there is 818-246-4936.
Yay, thank you. And if you have any questions you'd like to text or email us, you can text or email us at hello@dermla.com or visit us on the website www.dermla.com. We have tons of skincare targeted towards acne that may be helpful for you. I know my son is just turned 13 and he's getting the pimples, and now we've switched over to acne cleansers and acne spray for the back. So come see us. Thank you so much, Dr. Kang.
All right, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.